What's up, guys? Badger back with another build video for you, man. And so many people are like, yo, do a build video. Show us the builds that we can use to run through Brooklyn with. You know, you want to do so much damage. And I understand that there's so many build videos out there, but a lot of you guys might not have every piece that we have. And that's understandable. But I'm going to walk you guys through the layers and what you should go for and how to put a good build together. Let's get into it. This is the build that you want to aim for. But for starters, make sure you guys equip the gunner specialization. By equipping that, it's going to give you 10% armor on kill every time you kill an enemy, which is great for new and returning players. I know a lot of you guys might not have the caretaker in your inventory at this particular moment, but if you don't, that's perfectly fine. The weapons that you can use, the St. Elmo. You can also go with the Lady Death. You can also use the Carbine 7 with Optimus on it. FAMAS with Optimus. Those are your weapon options that you guys can go for if you don't have the exact weapons that I have. You want to go with 4-piece striker. This is the setup how you want to build your striker, guys. You want to go for backpack, you want to go for gloves, knee pads, and holster. As you can see, I'm sitting at 1.1 million armor, and I'm critting like crazy. It's perfectly fine. If you're comfortable with 1.1 or you're comfortable with less armor, do as you please. But this is the setup that you guys want to try to build. Now, for our chest plate here, we have a Grupo chest plate with Obliterate on it. What is Obliterate? Critical hits increase total weapon damage by 1% for 10 seconds. Stacks up to 20 times. So the more you shoot, the more weapon damage you're going to get and build your crits up. This is a setup that you want to go for. Now, if you don't have Obliterate, you can simply go for any particular chest talent that has Unbreakable for that extra bit of survivability if you need that. That is your options. Now, we have the Coyote mask on this particular setup, which has unique talent called the Pack Instant. You and all allies gain a bonus based on the distance of the last enemy you hit. What does that mean? 15 meters, you're going to get 25% critical hit damage. 15 to 25 meters, you're going to get 10% critical hit damage and 10% critical hit chance. 25 meters, you're going to get 25% critical hit chance. So this is a unique mask to allow you to maximize your crit damage and crit chance for you in your group so you can push through the hardest content. Yes, it's group based. Now, that's the setup that we have. And the roles that we have here, as you can see, we got a roll to armor, crit chance on a holster. Knee pads, we got weapon damage, crit chance. Gloves, we have weapon damage, crit chance. Backpack, we have it roll to armor, crit damage, and crit chance. That is the setup that you want to try to build, guys. And you also want to try to get yourself a shotgun. If you don't have the rock and roll, you can go for the ACS-12, which is the exact same thing as the rock and roll. This is just the name version of it, of course. So that's going to allow you to build up your stacks extremely fast by ADSing an enemy and then swapping to your primary weapon. Now, for your skill options, you definitely want to go for a Reviver Hive, which is very important for PvE because let's say if you're solo and you go down and you haven't reached a checkpoint yet, this is going to pick you up. So definitely important to have. Now, you don't have to use a shield. You want to go for a defender drone or a decoy. It's entirely up to you how you want to go about that, but these are my choices that I'm going for. So that is the striker setup there. Let's get into the next one. Now, for those of you guys that want to put a sniper build together, man, I'm going to show you the steps that you need. But the very first thing you need to do is equip Sharpshooter. By equipping Sharpshooter, it's going to give you the additional headshot damage that you need to land those finishing blows. Now, I'm going to show you the setup that you guys need to make. Now, I understand that I put this build out before, and it's still a viable build. Yes, you kind of nerf yourself by using the Ninja, but it's perfectly fine. I feel like a lot of you guys might not have every piece that we have put together already, but that's it. I get it. The Ninja is going to allow you to build that one-tap sniper build that you need because you might not have this particular backpack that I have right here. I'm going to show you. Show you where it's at right here. Now, this Hasbro backpack is one of the top backpacks in the game to get, man. So if you do have this bag, this is what you can go for. You can build this up with Hotshot and still have a good time within PvE. I'm going to show you what it should look like if you have this version. Now, with Hotshot, what is Hotshot? For the 2-piece bonus, you're going to get 30% marksman rifle damage and 30% weapon handling, which is perfectly fine for the 2-piece. Now, for the 3-piece, you're going to get 30% additional headshot damage. Now, 4-piece bonuses. First headshot with an MR will increase the next headshot by 20%. Second consecutive headshot with an MR will give you 10% armor, which is important, man. That it's going to look like you got on the Memento, the way you're going to be just building up armor with this particular setup. Now, if at full armor, it will give you bonus armor max plus 50 of current armor value. Now, that's what I was talking about. If you are landing those consecutive headshots, man, and by combining this with Headhunter and Determined, every hit to the body is considered a headshot. If you did not know, we're going to talk about that. Now, with Determined, we got it on the Model 700. If you don't have the Model 700, that's perfectly fine. You can use the SR1 or whatever sniper you fancy. Just make sure you got Determined on that bad boy. After killing the enemy with the headshot, the next shot landed on any enemy will be a guaranteed headshot. That's to the toe, the armpit, the forehead, the kneecap, the hip, the buttocks, whatever. Whatever point you hit is going to be a guaranteed headshot. And what's going to make that even stronger is by combining that with Headhunter. Yes, after killing an enemy with a headshot, your next weapon hit within 30 seconds deals an additional 150 of that killing blow's damage. Damage is capped to 800% of your weapon damage. This is raised to 1250% if your headshot damage is greater than 150. So that means anything that you see in front of you will die. But when you're shooting a heavy, of course, they got extra padded armor. So which means you have to break their helmets, and then you have to continue to land that headshot when it comes to that. But it's perfectly fine, guys. This is the setup that you want to go. Now, combining that with Vigilance was increased total weapon damage by 25%. Taking damage disabled this buff. So every time you get shot, it's going to disable for 4 seconds. That's nothing. You're still going to be able to continue to fight. And these are the mods that we have here. Headshot, 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 and headshot. Man, you want a headshot to be rolled everywhere when you get building this build because you're going to be sitting at 289% headshot damage. But like I said, if you don't have the exact pieces that I have, that's perfectly fine. This build right here with the Ninja builds up everything correctly for you to push because combining that with Hasberg, you're going to get in a Ninja, you're gaining that 13% headshot damage, marksman rifle damage, which is additional 20%. Then you're getting what? Weapon damage 5%, 5% damage to armor right there. Then with this particular set right here, the Pathfinder mask, which is not needed, you can simply slap on the hot shot and still have the 4-piece bonuses because that's what the Ninja do. The Ninja allows you to equip pieces that's going to unlock those brand set and gear set bonuses for you. If you did not know, that's the purpose of the Ninja. Now, a lot of you guys have the Ninja Bike messenger bag in your inventory. Equip it and make these builds. I promise you, you're going to dominate PvE. And if you want to use the Exodus glove on this particular build, go for it. It is phenomenal, guys. I promise you, you're still going to dish out tons of damage and become that true ninja that you need because the Exodus glove drops a smoke cloud at your feet whenever you take damage, which allows you to recover and reposition yourself and enemies can't see you. So on armor break, drop a smoke bomb at your feet, concealing you from enemies for 3 seconds. Cooldown is 40. So you can get out of there, recover, reposition, start killing again. That is the sniper setup that you guys should go for. Let's get into the next one. So our next build choice is going to be Hunter's Fury. We already went over the weapons. We already went over the specialization and the Coyote's mask and the chest plate. Remember, chest plate can be any particular talent of your choice as long as it's maximize your survivability and give you damage that you need, of course. Now, for Hunter's Fury, we're going to get right into it. Now, I have no mods in this, but I'm going to tell you guys, put crit damage and crit chance mods within your gear. Whatever you have, put them in there. It doesn't matter if it's a low mod, put it in there. Now, Hunter's Fury is a great set for you. It is an SMG set, but if you don't have a good SMG, you can use any particular weapon of your choice because the only thing we're going to benefit from is the armor on kill, the health on kill, and the Apex Predator, which is the 4-piece bonus. So it does not matter which weapon you use, guys. Use what you have. So for the 2-piece bonus, it's going to give you shotgun damage 15%, 15% SMG damage. We're not going to benefit from that because we are using the AR, of course. Like I said, it does not matter, but we want that armor on kill. So the 3-piece bonuses of Hunter's Fury, you're going to get 20% armor on kill. Now note, we do have Gunner on, which is giving us 10%. So that 20% just turned into 30% armor on kill, which is phenomenal, guys. And we're also gaining a 50% health on kill too. So let's say if our armor low and our health low, we kill one enemy, we're going to get 50% health on kill and an additional 30% armor on kill, which is phenomenal. So the next point right here for the 4-piece bonuses of Hunter's Fury, you got a talent called Apex Predator. Now, what is that? This is why this set is so great because enemies within 15 meters receive a debuff. amplifying your weapon damage against them by 20%. So you just got 20% additional weapon damage just by being within 15 meters of an enemy, which is great. Now, it also says killing the debuff enemy with your weapon disorients other enemies within 5 meters. So, and amplifies weapon damage by 5% for 10 seconds. So now you just got an additional 5% weapon damage because you just confuse and disorient the enemies. Now, every enemy within that one enemy that you just killed just got disoriented, which increases your weapon damage. And it stacks up to 5 times, which is great. Now, the backpack, of course, has a unique talent. Increases the radius of the disorient on Apex Predator kills from 5 meters to 10. So that now that radius is now expanded. So any enemy within a 10-meter radius is going to also get confused, which makes them stumble over a little bit to slow them down so you're not getting rushed, which is why Hunter Fury is a great setup. And we're sitting at 1.1 million armor here, and a setup that you want to go for. You want to go for, let's say, weapon damage, of course, but if you want to roll the armor, you want to be a bit more tanky, do that. It's your choice. But I think 1.1 million is perfectly fine for what we need to do in Brooklyn. We also have crit damage here on the backpack. Put a crit chance mod there for you guys. Let's say you also for gloves here, weapon damage, crit damage. But I would have preferred to have crit chance on all these pieces, of course, but it's perfectly fine. It's still going to get the job done. We also got the knee pads roll to armor with critical hit damage there, right there for the attribute. And for the holster, we have armor with another critical hit damage. And you can see this stuff is not fully maxed out, but it's still going to get the job done. Now, your chest plate can be any particular chest plate that you choose, whatever you have equipped it. It does not matter. As long as it's not protected reload. Don't you ever put protected reload on. Don't you ever put protected reload on. There's more talents in this game that you guys can choose from. If you don't have obliterate, you got, let's see, perfect efficient, which using the armor kit has a 75% chance to not consume the armor kit, which is great. Use it. You also have unbreakable. When your armor is depleted, repair 95% of your armor. Yes. In PvP, you're going to get 50% of your armor back instead of 95. Like I said, there's always different options, but there's only a few chest talents in this game that you guys should be utilizing, and that is unbreakable, perfectly efficient, and obliterate in glass cannon. Those are the only damage and survivability talents within the game for chest plate that everybody uses. Now, this is the setup that you guys want to go for. Those are the builds that I think you guys should be utilizing in PvE right now for Battle for Brooklyn, which is going to allow you guys to push the hardest content in the game if you are a new player or returning player. Now, I know a lot of you guys in the chat, like, oh, those missions are not hard. It's perfectly fine. They're not hard to you. But if you are a new player and you don't have the best of best gear, it's going to be a bit different. But these builds are just to help you maximize your gameplay and allow you to push these missions when you don't have a group. But until then, guys, this is Badger signing out. I appreciate you guys, man. Hope you have fun, and I'll see you in the next one. Be breezy. I'm out.